Uh-oh. I need to move this back. I realize that this is probably my fault. There we go. Did I fix that?
Me.
I had my video was going in the wrong spot, but maybe that was me. I don't know.
No worries, no worries.
Anyway,
It was muted, so I apologize. One second. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. My name is Avery, but I go by Suavecito, and I'm a horror content creator. Welcome to episode 17 of Whispers of Horror. We have a great guest in Rocket to talk about their game Don't Fret. Welcome, Rocket.
hey, what's up, man? Thank you so much for having us. We are really excited. I am excited. Uh, Definitely speaking on behalf of the whole team, but happy to be here and just, you know, to be honest, this is it's the first time that anybody is actually having a chance to talk to me about this game publicly in this capacity. So, uh, congrats on nailing the first one, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to get started. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Um, yeah. So my name is Rocket. Online, my name is Russell. My name is Scary the Kid. My name is Maximus to some of you who have been following me for the long haul. But um, but yeah, I'm a content creator. I am the owner and co-owner and co-creator of Rocket Music, um, nerdcore artist on YouTube, and I guess since of recent I'm now a game studio. So I guess just to give a little bit of background about myself, I have been creating nerdcore music for going on 20 plus years under a couple of different names. um, in between then, I've had a number of different jobs. I've been a sales manager at some pretty large tech companies. I've again had a number of different you know artist names, and now I guess I've decided to create a video game studio. So I do a little bit of everything, but that's that's a little bit about me. I'll pass it back to you.
Awesome, awesome. So I wanted to ask, like, what made you get into like the horror game industry? Like, what made you want to make a game like this? And then can we
Hmm.
talk about a little bit about the game? Like, what the game about and what made you create it?
So yeah, I guess to dive into that a little bit, I guess it would have to stem back to Rocket, right? Rocket Music, the YouTube channel. Our whole foundation has been based music based on like it was it wasn't started to create music about indie games, but it became we found our niche when we locked into our indie horror community. Um, and we played every game, we researched every game, we knew the ins and outs of every game in the indie horror space for years, and I still do, right? It's still part of my bread and butter of how I provide for my family and what our business is. So when the idea sort of came about to do Don't Fret in this capacity, what better person to start making a horror game than the person who's been dissecting it for 10 years and creating content about it, right? And that's the way that I look at it. But by no means I did not set out to make a horror game. And it's not something I wanted to do, or I've strived to do. That was just like it just happened. So but that's the inspiration behind it all. It was like uh, I've been doing it for so long in this other creative capacity that I'm really excited to be able to have a new medium to express myself there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As far as the game, can you give us an overview of the horror game? Like, what sets it apart from horror game titles in the market?
What sets Don't Fret apart from horror games? This is the fun one. Um, so the way that I've been positioning Don't Fret, and you know, we'll see when people play it how they take it. But the way that I've been positioning the game is that it's a psychological mascot horror game, and I say that I guess like very loosely because um I almost it's I don't want to. This is not a mascot horror game. This is a mascot horror game, but
Okay.
I do I do want to emphasize, and I've said this a bunch on X and Twitter or whatever you want to call it. Um, it it is also in the same vein not a mascot horror game, and so I say that because I come from a background of like survival horror and very much of the like Silent Hill um, era of horror gaming. And by the way, for those of you who are younger, and Silent Hill's got a resurgence, so let's ride that wave. But Silent Hill is a really really messed up, dark psychological horror game, and I feel like I feel like I'm gonna toss the genre on its head when it finally comes out.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
don't fret, don't fret. On the surface, looks like whatever you think it looks like, and I think that when it comes out and you play it and you hear the story and you are in that world, everyone's gonna go, God, we underestimated whatever was coming our way. So, um,
Did
that's at
you?
least the intention.
So how long have you been developing this game, and did you have that idea for a long time, or did it come out of inspiration, like randomly? Like I just wanted to know your mindset on that.
Um, So, Don't Fret has been in production for almost a full year. It started out as a very different game. It started out, uh, Don't Fret did not start out like this. I started making a top-down strategy FPS hybrid, and I quickly realized I don't know what I'm doing. That's stupid. That will come out one day, I hope. But um, somewhere on a trip during a birthday party in the middle of COVID, I woke up one day and was like, "Oh, this this children's book that I had I'd started writing for my daughter about a guitar, looking for his family, trying to learn like teach kids about musical instruments. I slowly like I don't know, I woke up and I was like, well, I'm probably not going to do that in the way that I want to.
Hmm.
So why don't I just spend another 3 years making a video game instead? Um, I really had no intentions of like turning that into a video game, but the idea behind Don't Fret was really a children's book. And then I woke up and decided to turn it into a horror game.
Well, do you ever think you'll ever make it into a horror book? I mean, into a book, a children's book?
So I'm very much into like ARG stuff, and I think ARG is very cool. And some aspects of Don't Fret have already included ARG elements in our past trailer, which Call Me. If you guys go look up the Call Me trailer and actually call that number, um, good luck. It's very fun. We're gonna work on doing more of that in the game. Um, but the book, for instance, is another one of those elements that I hope to. I don't want to come out and say, yeah, let's go sell this book. I hope that in some capacity, players will be able to like enjoy that book in the game. Because I do want to make it fully immersed in the game to be able to read this book that I was creating for my daughter and just something fun to put in. But then also, if you want the book to read to your kid, go do it. It's not a horror book; it'll be a kid's book, right?
No,
So I think that'll be kind of fun.
that's cool. You mentioned you had a daughter. Like as you can tell, like I we're a little late because my daughter had a has 4 teeth coming in and she's having a hard time. So I'm trying to mitigate it right now, and hopefully she goes to sleep. And if she does it, it's gonna be a little awkward. But how do you balance like making your content versus like your personal life, being a father and having a brand? Like, how do you find a balance between it, like, and the sacrifices during it?
That's a great question, man. Um, it's really tough. I would say first and foremost, have a loving partner that supports you. Shout out to my lovely and beautiful and supporting wife, Maddie, who lets me sort of be the most independent version of myself. I will say that's probably the most important like part of what I do. It's there's all sorts of components that lead up to being able to do this, but if you don't have somebody that supports you, then all the hard work, all the effort, all the drive, all the obsession, all the everything sort of gets stifled because you're not able to really feel good about it. So, you got to have all those things I just mentioned. You have to be able to actually produce the content. But if you don't have somebody that lets you unleash that content and just kind of be your best self, then it's nothing. So my wife, cliche as it is the fucking bomb. Excuse my French,
No, you're
but
good.
she's
You're good.
great. Um,
Shout out to all wives
uh,
who are supportive
or partners or whoever
or
you got.
partners. Or yes,
Um,
absolutely.
but so that's number one. Number two is like how much time gets dedicated to creating. I will say this, man. I've been creating for 10 years plus with my other channel. Now I'm making a game. I worked full time as a sales manager for years during all this. It doesn't stop. If you think you got a minute to hang out and just like ride the wave a little bit, like you're not the one that's gonna do it, right? Get out there and wake up a little bit earlier that day or stay up a little bit later that day and get it done. Like set goals for yourself, make them attainable. Um, Work harder than the person next to you or the content creator that you want to be like. And yeah, man, it's not overnight success. I'll tell you that. It's even so. Uh, I've got four jobs as it is still that no one sees, and I'm sure everybody does. But like everyone's hustling, so that's my 2 cents: is hustle harder than you are today.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's a grind, and trying to find out like the balance and just doing it is it's not easy. What do you see Rocket being in 5 years?
Um, 5 years. Well, I don't know, man. We've had some pretty incredible milestones that we've hit in the past couple years. We just hit 1 million subscribers this year. We have recently started working really closely with Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, and he's a good friend of ours. And uh, I don't know, just some things are happening. Like we've always wanted to break out of not break out of, but we've always wanted to blur the line of what we do and come into the mainstream. And part of that is all of that is building relationships. And you can't just live in a bubble of, oh, I'm successful in this category on YouTube. It's I'm successful here. I need to launch that relationship and that brand that I built somewhere else and get people's attention. And so, you know, building relationships with folks that are in the music industry, like Nick, and uh, being a co-creator of Nerdcore PartyCon, which is our event every year that we host for Nerdcore artists, and building a game and all these things, right? It's like I don't know. To answer your question, I don't know where Rocket will be. I know where I hope to be, and it's just I hope that I am building as many different facets of uh, the stuff that I love in the best ways that I can. And so whether that's music, gaming, concerts, um, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep going up. That's it.
No, I totally get that. I get that. And that's like I said, I think that's a great. I have a great mindset towards that. And actually, we're gonna switch over to show the trailer of the game, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. Don't fret.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right, so this is the trailer. I'm gonna have it muted. I'm just gonna ask questions regarding it. Um, once, is there any inspiration that you got from different horror game experience? Oh no, just horror experience. And is there anything that influenced you from other games, movies, or literature?
In terms of the trailer, are you talking about the trailer itself or just the game in general?
Just the game in general.
So the game in general, I would say, inspiration. It's funny. Visually, the game does not look like my inspiration. My inspiration is very much obviously all of the indie horror, mascot horror stuff that I am so well versed in, but my actual like true love for horror is like Resident Evil, survival horror, Silent Hill, Alien Isolation, Outlast, like really messed up stuff that I want to bring to mascot horror because I feel like it just hasn't been done in the way that I would have done it.
Okay.
And that's it. It's like I look at what is out there and I love it and I appreciate it and I know that there's a really special home for it. But I'm just like, hey man, my spin on it is a little more messed up. And I want to bring that to the table and also throw in musical my musical side to that, you know?
Nice, nice. Is I know we only have the trailer, but is there anything like mechanics wise that you want to bring up, or is there like something we can expect?
So, yeah, this is fun. Um I haven't really talked about mechanics publicly of this game at all. And I don't know how much I'm going to say because I'm just gonna kind of like I'm gonna wing this one. But uh, I will say this: I think that people have asked, "Are you going to be able to like? Is this a rhythm game?" For the record, Don't Fret actually started in some capacity as like this weird rhythm idea of like um picking up different items and like building a soundtrack as you play. Someone take that idea and go make it a game because I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't me. I can't do it. I was like, we did it and we had it play out, and I was like, this sucks. This is not a fun game for me. I don't like it. The idea was cool, but it's not it. So what Don't Fret is really evolving into is mechanically the game. I hope is going to have a more enemy AI focus than other games in the space have. It's not going to be a 45-minute to an hour walking simulator before you have like a good time. Um, and I don't mean that to say that you can't have a good time enjoying environments and exploring mascot horror games in the way that they are, but I'm just letting you know like our game is taking beautiful environments like and trying to implement uh horror gameplay there. So maybe you could call it survival horror to an extent, but I'm still trying to follow this. Like, there's a very specific, I guess, formula to mascot horror that I have to also respect
Mm-hmm.
because I do respect the genre, and there's something about um, being in the environment and understanding and learning about these cool characters, which, mind you, the characters and the lore and the backstory build up this wonderful world that you're playing, and that's why people resonate with mascot horror. But we're gonna we're gonna turn it upside down a little bit, and you're not gonna just be wondering what we're doing for an hour. You're gonna have a lot of really fun gameplay to play. Um, I am on the fence, and if people are listening and watching and watch this after, I'm not sure if Fret has a guitar playing mechanic that I feel is good enough to be in the game yet because people have all said, "Well, should you play as your guitar? Can you do like what does he do?" I'm like, "Listen, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, listen, the game is so musically inspired and musically driven from a visual and like environment atmosphere perspective. I don't know if you using Fret in that capacity actually makes sense, and we're not there yet. So, uh, I will just say it's probably not going to be the defining attribute to our game where you play your guitar.
Okay.
Everyone's asking that, and it just will not. I don't think I don't want to like I do not want to like pigeonhole our game to people who play the guitar and need it to be this like rhythmic. Yeah, so uh, that's my 2 cents on the mechanic aspect of what like you're gonna expect in Fret, but it's so musically driven and everything that I can possibly do outside of you playing yourself, don't quote that, is
Pause.
is gonna be there.
Yeah.
I've thought about some wonderful marketing strategies around playing yourself, trust me.
Uh,
I'm not sure it's appropriate, but we'll figure it out.
uh, wh- when we get offline, we'll talk about it more. I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, that's. I think that this game has a lot of potential. Like we don't have a lot of mascot horror games. I think it's gonna be something that I'm very. Like I said, I when I first found you, I saw your profile picture, and it was like a guitar with eyes, and I was like, it's different. It's definitely nothing that I've seen before. I saw even gameplay and everything, and I usually when I'm looking for guests for horror, the Whispers of Horror, I'm swiping, and whatever catches my eye, I just reach out and I saw it, and I just like this definitely. Oh, somebody just said like this gave me like a Bendy vibe. Like I don't know if you know Bendy and the Ink Machine. It definitely gave me that vibe. Just even watching the trailer, it's just like the aesthetics and just the visuals. It's beautiful. So I really look forward to playing this game, and I want to bring up another, my next question is like, obviously music, like sound design in horror games is crucial for immersion. How do you engage players with the narrative while keeping the suspense alive when it comes to sound?
So sound design and sound is going to be so, I mean, critical is an understatement. Number one, I'm the one doing the sound, which, and
Oh,
anybody
okay.
who knows my brand, uh, I have prided myself on being one of the best producers in the nerdcore space. I hope that I've left a mark in the world. I think that we've got Rocket Music has a very special sound in nerdcore that no one else really has. I also believe that so many other amazing nerdcore artists are in our space, and I'm friends with so many of them.
That's
So
cool.
outside of sound design, what makes Don't Fret really special is I am kind of paying an homage to my nerdcore heritage, and I am best I can. I'm not gonna like don't quote me on this, but everyone that is capable and that I could get to be a part of this game to make it be the game, including voice actors, Easter eggs, this yada whatever. Everyone who's involved with the game that you hear and are a part of the world, they're nerdcore artists.
Okay.
So, um, outside of development, but we've got this very special. It's not even an Easter egg. I just haven't announced it yet. But here's the announcement. Uh,
Oh, no. We're
uh,
getting an announcement.
we've
Premiere.
got
Here we go.
I, I do have a picture that I will show at some point. Um, but I'm trying to include as many nerdcore artists as I can in this game, and it didn't feel right. Everyone was like, "Well, is that the soundtrack?" And I'm like, "No, that's not the soundtrack, right? That wouldn't make for a very good horror game, just having, pop rap stuff in the background." But the the inclusion of nerdcore artists are going to be on these CDs, these collectible CDs that you find throughout the world. And the game takes place in 2001.
Hmm.
So everyone's been going, what time period does this game take place in? It's 2001, um, and there are CDs. So I've got a fun jukebox in the game, where you will be able to collect your CDs along the way and play them whenever you get to your jukebox. And
Okay.
so I'm really excited about that. And that's how I'm including my community because I have always I've always tried to pitch my game to game studios and this and that, or my song, sorry, my song to game studios, and I'm like, hey, I made this song about your game. Can you feature it? Blah blah blah. Subnautica was the first one ever to
Great
call
game.
us and say they called us and they said, hey, can we license your song for our jukebox? And I was like, yeah. And they got a bunch of people, Divide, Nerd Out, Fable, JT, and they had our songs in there. We were like, yes, this is so sick, dude. So we are trying to do the same thing, but instead of that, dude, I'm like, hey, I'm the one in the ring with everybody. Let's just look, come on, let's just have our songs in this. So that's what I'm trying to do for that. So sound design wise, um, I'm doing it all. I've got some really fun stuff that I could share if we have time for it,
Hmm.
in terms of like music and sound. But that's what I'm trying to do on the music side of things.
I think that's definitely innovative too. Like I think that just like how you said, pay him homage, but like make it something for people to like explore the game, to find these CDs to play in the jukebox. It's like it shows like also different types of music too, and I think it's honestly I think it's very creative. Do you
Thanks.
have a I'm trying to think of the word. Is there like a release date that you have in mind that you are trying to release the game, or is there a
That's
target?
that.
I'm
Oh
trying to
man,
get all the juicy stuff.
I know the juicy stuff, the release date. Oh,
Or a projection. We'll take a projection.
how about this? And keep me honest. We're gonna come out with a demo in the next 3 months.
Okay. All right. You heard it
So
live.
you heard it live. We got a demo in the next 3 months. I don't want to commit to a release date.
Sure.
Um,
Reasonable.
but I will say this: we're working on a demo. It's close. When it drops, it drops. We're gonna hit the world running. We're not gonna make a big pre-release. We're just gonna launch it. Um, October's Steam's Next Fest is what we're aiming for. If we make it, that would be a godsend. If we don't, we will still put it out there and hope people love it and resonate with it. But that's the goal, man.
Okay. So next 3 months I'll be playing the demo. I can't wait. It's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I'm looking forward to. So let me ask you. Obviously, you brought up community. Like, has there with just having a community in general is so vital. Like in my opinion too. Just like when it comes to horror content creating or making a game and everything like that. How does your community influence your process of making this game?
I mean, the Rocket community is my community. That's the entire community for Don't Fret.
Mm-hmm.
Scary Kid Studios is a byproduct of Rocket Music. I wouldn't have anything without my Rocket community. So, uh, many of the people who are working on this game, Krim, sound effects guy, um, anyone else who's in here right now that I've seen that are part of the Rocket community that are also working on this game, everybody here supporting what I do is all from Rocket, and I wouldn't be here without it. So how that inspires things, I probably have a lot more insider trading information than I should on how to make a good game. So I hope that we can make an even better game than we would without them.
Hey, shout out to the Rocket community for real, for real. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's absolutely great. As far as anybody who wants to get into this space, is there any advice that you can give for a person that wants to be a indie developer or just a horror game developer, just a game developer in general? Like, do you have any advice for them?
Um, I would say first and foremost, I'm not a game developer. I'm a content creator who has a wonderful team that I have built relationships over the years to be able to support my ideas. Um, People who want to create their own thing, you got two options. You either are able to do them yourself, or you surround yourself with people who can do them for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you're, one is definitely cheaper than the other, but the other definitely yields better results, and you build community and you build a better product, and that takes time. So work really hard at the thing that you're passionate about, right? If it's building games, cool, man. Go build games from day one and work on your niche, but also be a jack of all trades. You don't want to be pigeonholed into doing one thing because nobody wants one person to do one thing. They want one person to do 10 things.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm not a game developer, but like I kind of can work my way around
Sure.
Unreal and I kind of know what's going on at this point and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of know blah 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 blah. But um I think work really hard at your passion, man. My number one thing is just work really hard. Everybody is lazy. Like everyone's lazy. And if you think you're not lazy, look at the guy next to you and look at him and he's probably lazier, but everyone's lazier than you. So be the fucking unlaziest person in the room and work extra hard. Back to what I said earlier was wake up 30 minutes earlier, stay up 30 minutes later, get your shit done. It Time and consistency proves to be the ultimate king in the game of content creation and I think like overall success as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a mogul. I'm not living in a giant mansion, but I will say I'm happy. I'm successful. I work harder than most people.
And honestly,
So
that's what it really comes down to. It's are you hungrier than most people? Like, like you said, like you want to be a little less lazy than the person before, like around you. And the thing is, like, if you're like, oh, I don't want to make content tonight. There is somebody out there who is making content and will surpass you because they're working hard in you. So if you're really passionate in something that you love, you got to make sure you go for 100%. You don't got to just, like you said, work hard. And if you don't love it, then why are you doing it? So
Yeah.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Were there any challenges you faced during the development of this game? Like, or like, so basically, what I'm asking is like, what are some of the highlights and what are some of the like lowlights of during this process?
Oh, highlights and lowlights, man. Highlights is the announcement trailer. The
Okay.
announcement trailer should not. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really push that. Kind of dropped it on my Scary Kid Studios YouTube channel, and like it was a soft launch. Yeah, I had everyone who's a part of it like tweet it and like post it, but
Mhm.
it kind of like it took off on its own, which leads me to believe, and this is just, it's a good indicator that we have something cool on our hands, is that it took off on its own. So that was a big highlight, right? It's got 200,000 views. We just hit 3,000 wish lists. It's
Nice,
not
nice. Congrats.
massive, but we're doing well. And it's super rewarding and inspiring to keep pushing on and just know that, man, once everyone starts playing this game, we're like, let's go, right? That's what we want. So
I love how
highlights for
excited
that.
you are about it. That
No,
makes me
man,
excited.
I just, if I could, I just can't right now. I would if I could. Highlights are that. Lowlights are, man, making a game sucks.
Mm,
So
I respect
making a
that.
game sucks. It's constant pain. Things are constantly breaking. Games are not anything that you see in a video game. Anything, dude. Anything took anything took 5 hours to make. Whether you think it's the simplest thing as like, I don't know, a subtitle coming on the screen. Well, that took somebody 5 hours and 10 days for it not to work. So I think people just don't understand how hard it is for anything to work in a video game,
Mm.
and the fact that we've got a pretty decent working game makes me like fuck. I'm just so thankful that shout out to Antic Games, by the way. Antic Games, the developer of Don't Fret.
Hmm.
I'm also, I guess, co-developing the game, but he's the developer on the game. They are incredible. Uh, it's
Shout out
it's
to them.
one Antic Games. It's one guy. He's my uncle. He's wanted to make a game for his whole life. I called him. I said, "Let's do this," and he was like, What better time than now? Let's go for it." And we've been on this journey for a long time, and he's building a foundationally strong game that I'm really confident in. So pumped. Thank you, Antic.
That's beautiful. I think that's great that like I said, just listening to you talk, you you got me speechless. Like I could see the passion and how much you are very excited about this. And like I said, I hope everybody understands like and just sees you know everything you're saying and how you are excited about this. That this game means a lot to you. And like obviously the team and everything like that. So like everybody go wishlist the game. The game is in the description of all the platforms this is live on. And like I said, I'm very excited to give it a test in 3 months. I better have it in 3 months. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think it's gonna definitely be different than a lot of horror games. Like I said, there's not a lot of mascot horror games, and I think this is definitely gonna be something different. And like I said, like the biggest thing is visually, it's beautiful. There's so many, just from seeing, not a lot. I feel like there's a lot being shown. Like I don't know if that makes any sense.
I have a perpetual problem of showing too much, and also like I'm not a good secret keeper.
Okay.
It's really funny. It's funny, like, if you actually look at how I tease this game, you'll know how bad I am at keeping secrets to watch my Twitter. I'll be like, "Do you guys want to know?" And then 6 hours will go by, and I'm like, "Fuck it, here you go," right? Like that's kind of how I am as a person, though. With
Yeah.
everything, it's like birthday gifts. It's like a week before. I'm like, "Do you want to know what you got?" So, uh, I really struggle with that, and I will say the hardest thing that I have is when I know we've got a cool ass like deliverable piece of information to the product or to the community. I'm like, hey guys, we're dropping this like gameplay trailer in a couple weeks. It's so good, and you're gonna love it. I just wanna drop it. So it's really tough.
Anticipation.
I know.
You look like you have more secrets, so I'm gonna ask. Like, is there
I
anything
have all sorts of secrets.
what do
Yeah.
you want to tell
Uh,
us? The floor is yours. Like, what secrets do you want to deliver on Whispers of Horror?
oh God, I haven't done laundry in 6 days.
Oh,
I
please
mean,
don't.
if we're talking about secrets,
Let's talk about the game.
oh, we're doing the game. Okay, okay, fair enough.
Great. What's that sweater?
Oh
Was that from last week that you're wearing?
no, actually, okay, if we're getting serious here,
No.
just for a
All
second.
seriousness.
This is a sweater that I haven't worn because it's currently 95 degrees outside right now.
Okay.
But it's the cleanest thing and the nicest thing that I own right now to put on camera. So yes, I'm sweating and it's really hot, but it
Me
looks
too. Me
nice.
too.
Okay, so as soon as we're done, off in bed, and my wife and I are rewatching the OC. Don't judge us. It's nostalgic. It's from the past. We're gonna
Okay.
move on.
I have to
I know.
ask. I have to ask. You said off, right? Does that mean after I turn off the live that I'm still gonna be on the call, or you're gonna wait till I get off the call? Because I
If
don't
we're
know how.
doing if we're doing a recap, you might, yeah, yeah, you're gonna see it. So, but that's okay. We'll pause recording, dude. It's all good.
We might have to put
Um,
that on another website.
paid subscription only.
Yo, listen,
Um,
we'll get some real
so
fans in this.
all right, here's the deal. Here's the deal on the secrets.
Okay,
Let's what can I do? What can I do
just give just
that's
a little something to get like wet whistles, a little bit,
oh, wet the whistles.
a little bit.
Okay.
Also, cute dog, by
So
the way. The dog
is
walked
that
by.
is did Doug came in?
Yeah.
Okay. Um well listen, how about this? I'm gonna I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Um
Let me see if I can get
and
that up.
this is it should just pop up in my I think it'll pop up in my
Yeah.
spot.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Um
So I'm going to.
this is probably I don't know if we want to get this on the full screen or not.
Yeah. Let me see if I
Um
can get it.
so
Yep.
I don't want to show you guys this is definitely back. This is very indicative of my personality. I don't want to show you where we're at right now, but I will show you where we've come from. So, uh, when I first started Don't Fret, it was going to be a very small game. It was going to be 40 minutes. I don't know. It was going to be like, do 10 things and just kind of like figure out your level. And that was how I was pitching this game. Um, but we have innovated and it changed things a bunch. So um, during that process, though, right when my whole my process on like doing sound design is
Hmm.
that I record it in the game and kind of like uh, see how things are gonna feel, and then I go and like match that to the audio in this like cinematic way a
Okay.
little bit. Um, so anyway, um, is my screen sharing with you?
Yeah, but I see myself. I know. Yeah, I got it shared, but I'm just trying to switch it over right now. Okay. Now I see myself, but I see your screen.
I don't see our
It's
screen. I don't see my screen on your screen.
it's there's a delay. It should pop up every in a second.
Okay, I see the don't fret. I see me. I see two of you. You're
Yeah.
in
So
green screen.
that's what you're sharing right now.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, am
Yeah.
I? Oh, whoopsies.
Oh, don't you love when things are live? There you
Oh,
go. There you
that's
go.
fun. Do we get it?
Yes, yes. Okay, now I can cut that up and move it. I was wondering
That's
why.
that's hilarious. I'm like, dude, we're blowing this guy's cover right now.
No, it's
That's
okay. It's okay. I'm exposed. It's all right. I'll take it. All right. There we go. There we go.
so I guess just to preface this, and this is definitely like very behind the scenes. This is the first rendition of the school, and by the way, none of this is still in the game. Like absolutely none of it.
Okay.
However, the visuals and what we were going for are there. And I'm showing you this because like the assets are there. UI is not there, sound's not there, all this stuff's not really there, but it does give you a little bit of what we're going for. So I'm just gonna hit play.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. How quick that is. Oh my gosh.
And then you get a bunch of gray box.
No, that's
Um,
cool. I just want to let anybody know that if you are listening to this audio, like we just had an awkward pause just because we were looking at the gameplay of Don't Fret. So just in case you didn't hear anything. Alright, perfect. Now I gotta. Oh my gosh! Now I gotta switch over this. But nah, that's cool. That's so sick. I think it's cool that how quick the player can jump into one of the lockers, and I was like, it was very quick. So like,
okay, all right. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm gonna cut you off for a second.
did you just
I'm gonna
Kanye West me?
I'm really sorry. I wasn't gonna do this,
Oh,
and I'm not
hold
even
on.
gonna. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump around. I just feel like after what I just showed you, I can't leave everyone going like that's what your game is.
Okay, hold
So
on. Wait. Let me just pull it up.
I I
Wait,
just
without
I
warning.
just can't. I know.
Okay, give me
This is
one
how bad
second.
I am. This is how bad I am.
This stream is unique because there's so many things going on at once. Now my mouse died, so I can't move anything. Hold on. We're gonna do.
So so while you're figuring that out, let me give a preface to everybody.
Sure.
Listen, this is the most secretive, like probably first gameplay you're ever gonna see of this game because I'm not gonna show this ever like this. This is what you get.
I am
So
honored
uh,
to
leak
have this on my
leak
stream.
leak the hell out of this because this is the only time you're gonna get it. This might also completely change by the time the game comes out, but
So,
um,
spoiler, maybe not spoiler, because it might change. We don't know. That's cool though. I can't
yeah.
wait.
So this is a concept that I built, and by the way that we kind of work in production is like we have all these things working in the game, right?
Hmm.
But like things like audio and UI and all these other aspects that need to come together. Um, I try to help the team like understand what my vision is, so I build it in After Effects a lot of
Okay.
times, and I am like, hey, this is what I think we should go after. So, by the way, this is not a representation of the introduction to the game, but it is. It's not the actual game. So, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna give you guys like
Two, two
maybe
minutes?
30 seconds.
Ah, damn.
Uh,
I tried, chat. I tried.
maybe a minute of the game, okay?
T-
And that's it. And so
Listen,
just
that's a fair
I'm
compromise.
playing it.
I don't know. I'm gonna turn up the volume on it, see if you guys can hear it too.
This is just to enjoy the theme song.
Okay.
Oh boy.
We are getting this live, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it's really bad. I gotta stop.
Haha,
I'm not.
no, don't pause it. That's sick. Yo, this game's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
Okay, I gotta stop.
Okay.
I'm going wild. That was it. I gotta get out of here.
Hey,
If I stay too long,
we got
if I
a
stay
minute
too
30.
long,
We got a minute 30.
no.
Shh. Shh. We got a minute. We got a minute 30, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we gotta get out of here, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks really good. I also like the beginning of how he gets out the case. I think that's
Yeah.
dope.
No, this is far more than I intended to share. But look,
All
I
right, we're
wanted
gonna
to
switch
just
off.
say, like, from a perspective of like, we're really trying to hone in on atmosphere, visuals, really cool, fun, like first person elements of the game, right? All these things are just top of my mind as a creative. So I did want to share some of that. I was like I can't show you guys what it used to be, what it is today. I just can't. I didn't even plan it, dude, but I just couldn't let it happen.
You know what? It's my personality brought it out of you. I make people feel really comfortable with sharing things, and it wasn't really that hard to have you share that, but I really appreciate that. Like I really do. Like I think that's so dope. We had a exclusive. We had a premiere exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. That's something unheard of. That's the first. That's the first on Whispers. That's exciting. I got a smile cheek to cheek. It hurts.
Dude, it's here. If we can just like cut it up with who someone cut it up who's watching and post it, and then we'll retweet it, and we'll just
Yeah,
let this
hundred
thing go.
percent.
We'll let this thing go.
That better be your
First
next
30
tweet.
seconds it don't spread. It's here. Yeah, it's here.
That has to be your next tweet, no matter what.
No, man, no.
um, I got ask you. So we got like about 10 more minutes, but I got a couple more questions. I know you
Sure.
say you're a content creator and everything like that. Have you experienced burnout, like a creator burnout, where you question if you wanted to do this anymore, or like you had to take a break, and how did you overcome it?
Almost every day.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Look, I've been doing this for I've been doing Rocket for 10 years plus. I've been creating content for 15 years plus.
Mhm.
I work 4 jobs. I got a family. I mean, talk about creator burnout, man. I mean, there's nothing else more burned out that I can do, right?
Mhm.
Or be. So, um, this is kind of a cynical outlook on like content creator or content creation, or just in terms of like in general. Here's my like here's my 2 cents on content creation, and like my experience is like not everybody in the world needs to be a content creator. Not everybody should be. There are types of people that can handle it, and there are types of people that can't. And I think that the world and society has like sort of trained everybody to be one. And I just don't think everyone needs to be or shouldn't be. Um, I was one of those people that I think were born to be one, and
Mhm.
it doesn't affect me like it does others, but it still does affect me, dude. Like I got really bad days. I got hard days. I got days where I didn't get enough likes or views on this video that I spent so much time on. And talk about building a game, man. Like everything that I live and breathe is exacerbated by 100-fold. You know, I'm putting in a year, 2 years of effort versus a week.
Mhm.
You know, and expecting these results that, shoot, if it doesn't hit, man, like what will that do to somebody, right? That's what I'm feeling. So what will that do to me?
Mhm.
Um, you know, is what I'm doing big enough and good enough for it to be the next big thing, right? It's like if you don't have those goals though, you're not going to do it. But if you do have those goals and it doesn't hit, how does that affect you? But you got a family to take care of. You got kids,
Yeah.
and you got your other companies and all these other things to like keep trucking on. So burnout exists every day in every capacity, and I don't think everyone is built to be content creator or an entrepreneur, I think that find what you feel comfortable and happy doing and lean into it and be happy
Hmm.
because it's not the happiest of roles. I'll tell you that.
No,
It's
it's
brutal.
yeah. I told like, man, you're preaching to the choir. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, you're right. No, not everybody's built for this. This is an everyday grind, and there's days where I contemplate, like, I almost every day too. Like, do I have the energy from just putting my daughter down and just like she's waking up and just knowing that I got to stream and like there's days I want to give up, but knowing that if I can, I have to persevere because I can make my dreams happen, but it won't happen unless I give it 100%, and I have to make sacrifices and do everything possible to make this my career. So kudos to you for grinding every day and contemplating if you want to do this or not, and you say yes. You know, damn it, I want to fucking do this. You know, and it shows. And this is why I love Whispers because people get to see the hard work you put into like not only the game but just like your music and all the things that you're working on, but also get to know you on a personal level. Like this is your everything, and I again kudos to you, and I hope this game is super successful. I really do. I already, like I said, I have it wish listed. I'm one of those 3,000. So,
Thank you.
yeah, no. If like I really can't wait for this to come out. Um, yeah, this has been an amazing episode, and like I said, I would love to have you back to be on this and be able to like I kind of want to do the full release. I think the demo. I'm obviously gonna play the demo, but I would love to do a full release and have you on while commentating on me playing it, and just we can really get to more into the thick of it. So, because I'm gonna point out everything. I'm gonna stop and be like, "What's this? What's that? Why is this sound there? Like, why is this? Why am I running? Why is my heart rate going up?" Like, so I think that would be super exciting, and I think a lot of fans would love to see that. And just like it's just another perspective. Like the best perspective is the people that are working on it. Like obviously, I can create my own narrative and everything like that, but to see what your vision is, which will be my final question. Like when people play Don't Fret, what is the vision you want people to have, or what is the what is the vision you want people to have that you're trying to create?
I want people to feel like they're playing something that they shouldn't be playing. I want people to feel like they're playing a game that they are familiar with, but everything just seems so wrong.
Okay.
And so I want people to feel like they know what they're getting into and they're afraid to tell their parents what they're playing. And so I will leave this with I'll leave this as my last sort of comment about this game is that
Sure.
Don't Fret is not a it's not a kids game.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Don't Fret looks like a kids game. It might appear like a kids game. I sure hope I can get Google to think it's a kids game. It is not a kids game. And so all of the marketing efforts that we have going on about this game is just it's just a big just good luck. Good
Okay.
luck in there.
I think that's perfect. So next time I have you on this pod, you're gonna have to do this without your shirt. Just add to the rendition of the game. Might as well just just fuck it. Let's just get all. I'm very excited for this, but I just want
Yeah.
to say thank you, Rocket, so much for being a part of this. Again, taking time out of your day, night, just your day in general. I know you're a busy person, and like I
You
said, I'm
too,
just
man. I appreciate it.
honored. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, go wishlist the game. All the Rockets links is in the description of all the platforms this is live on. And if you're listening on Spotify, go check out Don't Fret. It's I'm telling you, I really think it's gonna be worth it. And again, thank you, Rocket. And guys, make sure you follow your boy Suavecito on all platforms. This is episode 17 of Whispers of Horror. And I just want to say, everybody, have a